Hey, beautiful people. You know, we all have times where we feel alone, facing difficult times and in need of guidance. That is being human. One of the questions I often get asked is, do we all have spirit guides? In my experience, without a doubt. See, you are never truly alone. There is a powerful energy that is dedicated to watching over you, supporting you, and being an ever-present force of loving kindness there in your life. While many who have crossed over from this side of life, from this physical existence, may care for you and watch over you, a spirit guide is one with whom we share a particularly close connection and bond. And it's not always someone you knew in this life or lifetime. So how do you meet your spirit guide? How does it feel to connect? You know, when clients come to me wanting to understand mediumship, holistic mediumship, and how they can communicate with their spirit guides, I ask them to try to put into words how it feels when they sense a presence within the room, that presence there in the doorway, that presence just on the edge of the room, that feeling that you are not alone, that feeling that you are gently being watched. I ask them, how does it feel? Try to put it into words. How does it feel when you sense that presence there at the edge of the room? And the answers that come back are somewhat universal. People say they feel like there's a loving, holding, supportive feeling. They feel more loving and more loved. They have a feeling like anything is possible. A feeling like they are coming home, or like they are totally free and unlimited. This is spirit contact. And what fuels that contact is their love for you. We connect to our spirit guides and our loved ones not always through our mind, but through feeling and knowing. It's not like we hear a voice. Yeah, I have, and I know many that have also. It often is something so much more subtle, and sometimes it can be a simple thought. And in this space where we are connecting, we just feel different. So the key is take your time and be in a place of receiving, deep listening. You know, it's common to want to rush the process of connection and connecting to our guides and our loved ones. You may not yet recognize it, but you are frequently connecting. Yet when we try to rush the process, we invite our mind and ego to get into that process. And we're driving it, we're pushing it, we're shoving it, rather than receiving it. We have to let go, because we receive spirit. We cannot drive that contact. We have to be in a place of receiving and allowing that contact. It's about kind of approaching it with humility and humbleness. And mind can easily invent an identity for our guides. Our ego may also interject, giving us a guide that we feel suits us or makes us feel special somehow. Try to keep the mind out of the process and allow it to be pure and authentic experience that actually needs to unfold naturally. So the key is to slow down. You know, sometimes, not sometimes, often life gets busy. During times when you rush from one activity to the next, and that's modern life, but it doesn't mean it's right. So when you rush from one activity to the next without a spare second to stop and take a breath, it is so difficult to become aware of those subtle feelings. It's all about having a good, deep sense of self so that when contact is happening, we can identify the differences. We can identify the differences in what we feel, what we think, what we sense. But when we're rushing around, it is very difficult to have that sense of self. It's very difficult to become aware of those subtle changes, those signs and signals that your guides are with you. But you can still trust that they are. Taking time to sit quietly or practicing even a walking meditation can give you guides and opportunity to connect with you and share signs and feelings of their presence. I mean, I've had the most amazing, life-changing experiences and contact first thing as I wake up. And I know that if I wake up and feel a presence on the edge of the room, I know that they are keen to speak to me. I know that it's like a memo dropping. It's like them saying, sit down, we've got something to share with you. And I have had those experiences, and they have been life-altering and life-changing over the years. Those moments where they appear there in the morning first thing, I know that that presence is there for good reason. So, meeting your spirit guide. You know, I think the first step is identifying a sacred space, somewhere that you can go that just like is almost like you saying, right, I'm here, I'm ready to meet you. If that be somewhere in nature, a special tree, a bench, the ocean, you know, or a chair by a window at home. It's identifying that sacred place, that space that says, I am here, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to receive. And then you can do a path working, you know, as simple as maybe imagining that you're walking into a beautiful magical garden. And in this place, you are safe. You are loved and you are accepted as you are. This is a place where healing can happen, where you can gain calm, where you can get answers to your questions. And your sacred garden may feel familiar. It may also be a physical place. It may be somewhere you feel like you have been there before, or may feel like it's somewhere that's so familiar that you've never been, but it feels as if you have. And take some time to look around. Notice what is there. Is it night or is it day? Is there space or is it overgrown? It's all information. Take a walk around. Look around. Try to notice as much as possible. And then it's time to ask your spirit guide to come forward. Ask from deep within. Ask from a place of feeling, of receiving, and of gratitude, and of humility, and of love. like that you're excited to meet your best friend for the first time. So who is your guide? What comes to mind? Are they male or female? Are they short? Are they tall? Make sure to notice the details about them. Know there is no right or wrong here. Even ask them their name. And then importantly, get to know them. You can observe. You can ask questions. What do you notice about the interaction? How do they make you feel? And one of the most important questions is, what are they here to teach you? And allow that feeling to come up, or that thought to just present itself. Exploring your experience is key. Just try to piece all those details together. What did they look like? Do they have a name? What kind of energy do they carry? What does it feel like to be in their presence? And above all, spend the time from time to time to meet them in that place. And remember, quite often it feels like your imagination, and that contact can be so subtle, but it comes with an ingredient charged with emotion and feeling. As always, keep shining, and sending you all so much love.